All right, when it comes to purchasing your adhesive, there are 3 different cartridge sizes available. The first is baby bulk, which is 50 milliliters. The most common that we sell the most, that most fabricators buy, is a 250 milliliter cartridge. And then there is also a 500 milliliter cartridge. So which one should I buy and which one is best? Well, a lot of it depends on your application. If you're doing repairs in the field and you just need to be doing a small repair, or maybe you're just pulling a field seam and you need something to match, hey, maybe just get a little baby bulk or a 50 milliliter adhesive, because all you're doing is pulling a small deck seam or you're doing a small repair. For everyday projects, your average kitchen, most small commercial projects, 250 milliliter is probably the way to go. It's going to be versatile. It's got enough in there to get quite a bit done, and it lasts a while. If you're a shop and you are doing miles and miles and miles of commercial projects and you just have linear foot after linear foot of edge to laminate up, maybe look at doing a 500 milliliter cartridge, because it's going to last a lot longer and you can just continue gluing for as long as you need. You're going to have to change cartridges half as often as you do with the 250. So yeah, unless you're doing just huge commercial projects, I would say the 250 is your answer. Obviously, if you're doing a bunch of small repairs in your repair company, maybe you want to stock up on some 50 milliliters just for your little repairs there. So the 250 milliliter is going to kind of be your workhorse of the industry. That is what almost everybody is buying the majority of the time. Now, it should be noted that all 3 of these cartridges require 3 different guns, right? So the glue gun that you can put your 250 in will not fit the 500 milliliter, and it will not fit the 50 milliliter. Most of the guys in the industry already know this, but for those of you that are new to the industry, you'll need 3 different guns for all the adhesives, right? So that's why most shops are just getting the 250. They've got the right guns in their shop. They got the right guns in each of their guys' install trucks. You never have to really run the risk of, oh no, I've got the 500 gun here in the shop and we accidentally got the wrong gun on the install. I don't have a 500 milliliter in the truck, so now your guys can't use the adhesives, right? So the 250 is kind of your all-around adhesive. Get one gun, get that gun in all the install trucks, get a couple in your shop, and you're good to go. Obviously, if you're a huge commercial company, you might just want to have a bunch of 500 milliliter guns in your shop, right? I'll leave that up to you. The second question that everybody asks is, how far will this go? When I'm gluing up tops, how do I know how many cartridges I need to get? Well, if you are using the baby bulks or the 50 milliliter cartridges, you're going to get roughly 90 to 100 inches of glue out of that, or roughly 8 feet. So if you're just putting out an average bead that's about an eighth to a quarter in diameter, when you put that out, you're going to get roughly 8 feet of adhesive that is going to go down. So you could glue up basically an 8-foot long edge and put the lamination down onto it. If you're using the 250 milliliter cartridge, you're going to get roughly 450 to 500 inches of adhesive that will come out of the tip, roughly 40 feet. So again, you could laminate up 40 feet of edge and laminate that up. If you're using a 500 milliliter cartridge, you're going to be getting roughly 900 to 1,000 inches, or roughly 80 feet. Now, when I say 80 feet, that is an 80-foot long bead of adhesive. So I know a lot of guys are going, well, if I get one slab, I maybe need to get 1 cartridge per slab. Or if I'm buying solid surface, maybe I get 1 cartridge per sheet of solid surface. And a lot of it also depends is, okay, if you were doing a double lamination where you have your solid surface here or your quartz and you're stacking one lamination and then stacking another lamination, if you're double laminating in a 40-foot run, you're actually putting down 80 feet of adhesive, right? Because you're going to be putting down your first bead, putting down your lamination piece, putting down your second bead, putting down your lamination piece. So it's not always the best idea to just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to get 1 cartridge per sheet. You should look at your edge lamination and figure out how many linear feet of adhesive I'm going to have to be putting down. Because if, let's say you have some crazy bar top that's got some 4-inch edge with a ton of stacked lamination on it, I mean, you might think that you only need 1 cartridge because it's 1 sheet of material, but maybe you need 4 because there's some crazy lamination going on there. So just remember, 50 milliliter is going to be 90 to 100 inches, or 8 feet. Your 250 milliliter is going to be 450 to 500 inches, roughly 40 feet. and your 500 milliliter is going to be 900 to 1,000 inches, which is roughly 80 feet. So if you use those for your ballparks, you guys should always have just the right amount of adhesive to make sure that you are successful on your project. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call. We always like helping you guys raise the bar and perform to the highest level possible. Thanks.